Ryan, why don't you pull up Amazon's margins real quick?
Well, yeah, I'd have more of a grin on my face than Stephen Hawking on Epstein's Island.
I'm off as a smug cock when you said that.
Wow, fiscal philosophy, you're not very smart at all. You screw up, cash flow kings. Dissector, you are an idiot.
Hello, everybody. It's Saturday. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. And on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, you could be doing a whole lot of things, no matter the lifestyle. Right now, if you're a furry, you could be emptying the litter box. If your name is Mike, you happen to live in Kansas City, Missouri, you could be selling hot dogs to a bunch of 6-year-olds at a Little League football game. Or if you're a Real Man's investor, you come here every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, where you learn about Real Man's knowledge and Real Man's investing as far as I'm concerned. But Fiscal, what could some other people be doing right now?
Man, I've been watching some stuff on YouTube. I've heard about people vaping the Fruity Pebbles flavored vapes.
Bearish.
You don't want it to smell like cereal, ladies and gentlemen. It's just bad.
That's true.
I've heard about people sparking up the menthol cigarettes, them Newports.
People taking fentanyl sticks. You know, they're doing the fentanyl boogie walk. I saw a lot of that last week.
You see people doing the Crip walk down on Camelback and 28th.
Yeah.
Real pimps pimping.
Yeah.
With like the fur and the car and everything. It's crazy.
Last Saturday, unfortunately, we were not live. It doesn't happen a lot. You know, that's like maybe 2-3 times a year kind of thing where we can't go live. Unfortunately, I was doing some due diligence and trolling in what we call Chirac, Chi-Town, O-Block, or whatever your little heart wants to call it. Let's just say I could smell the fentanyl, if you know what I mean. There was just something in the air, but pretty nice city regardless. Much better than New York City.
Did you at least have some pizza while you were there?
Yes, it was not tremendous, but we went to Giordano's, I believe, if you know what that is.
You didn't go to Pizza Hut. I do know somebody that literally went to Chicago. I tell him, hey, you gotta at least try like a pizza place while you're there. He gets Pizza Hut.
That's like coming to the Cashflow Kings, donating us $5 and asking for our opinion on Bitcoin. Like, it doesn't add up at the end of the day.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I know. That's a bad waste of resources. But welcome in everybody in the chat. We apologize. Last week was a one-time thing, a fluke, one could say.
I swear, this never happens to me.
I swear. Yeah, never. But welcome in everybody. CG's pumped. I'm equally as pumped. Always a good time when episode 32 veteran Bacon Memes is in the chat. Thank you for your service. Another person that was not on episode 32, but he was in the chat for it, was Double D's Dividend Dude. Finally, CFK is alive. Me as a paying member, and the only paying member, mind you, that wasn't satisfied with last week's show. I agree. It's unacceptable. It won't happen again. And unfortunately, it's just, let's just say the comfort in is they're going to be hearing a few things from me.
False advertising.
Yeah, can you actually invest in Comfort in stock? Can anybody
Anybody
know if there's a parent company?
Major ones. They're probably just guessing. They're probably owned by one of the major ones, Marriott, Hilton, something.
Short. That's all I have to say. I don't think Marriott. No, there's no chance Marriott. Marriott's customer service and stuff is too good for this. Like,
well, there's the hotel industry. There's more consolidation than you'd expect.
Okay. Yeah, let's just say the Comfort Inn. It's more like the Discomfort Inn, as Fiscal said. It was not good. Here we go. Yes, this is it. Choice Hotels. Stock ticker CHH. I would short the ever living shit out of it if I were a gambling man or my name was Paul Gabriel and I lived in Michigan. Wow, their stock is actually up 45%. Yeah, I would short. That was the worst experience I've ever had at a hotel by a wide margin.
But you did pay for it.
Yes, we did. I did pay for it.
Their shareholders, thank you.
It did pay for it. But with that said, with the complaints that I've done, we expect to get some sort of refund. And by refund, I mean 8,000 points to the rewards member where we hit
credit on another stay.
I know, on another stay, you know, just where I want to be.
Ryan.
Yeah, I know. But it was terrible. It was absolute dog shit. There was no. All right, so we'll do a little story time. We're here. Essentially, we get there, and there's drilling and sawing going on in front of the freight lobby, and it's a complete construction zone. We had no idea about this. They gave us no warning or whatever. So, we check in all that. First floor smells like paint. They're doing new painting. Second floor smells paint on one side, cigarettes on the other. Third floor, there's not even rooms that are there. It's a desert zone. It's all construction on those rooms. Fourth floor, it smells like complete marijuana, apparently. I didn't go up there, but from intel, I heard it smelled like complete weed. Interesting cast of characters as well while you're there. Constant shady looking dudes with hooded sweatshirts when the weather is 90 degrees out, walking in and out of the lobby. Some loud arguments could be heard, Fiscal. I kind of related to you here in the middle of the night.
Yeah. That was my everyday life at my old apartment.
I know. If you're a Cash Lookings OG, you know that. And the absolute worst. This is this is not the worst. Every morning, 7:30, for 3 of the 4 nights that we stayed there, we woke up to drilling, hammering, and sawing right near our room.
It's rough.
One of the nights, there was a construction crew there till 11 p.m. That didn't really impact me, but still unacceptable pretty much for some elderly folks that aren't watching the Cash Flow Kings right now. I mean, want to get to sleep, right? Dried up blood on our sheets and other mysterious stains of dark red and brownish.
Hey, was so
not clear.
There's this saying we used to say if somebody was a quote unquote blacklight Picasso, you can fill in the blanks as to what that might mean. Like you shine a black light and it looks like a Picasso painting.
Urban Dictionary. Oh, like the blue light things that they'll do, like where they'll I see
that lights up body fluids. Yeah,
I see.
If somebody is a blacklight Picasso,
I see.
It means, they.
Oh, it was disgusting. Yeah. It was like if I stop responding on Discord, I'm probably dead from a disease in the next 3 weeks. So I'm just putting it out there now. Fingernails on the ground, whether they were ours or not, we don't know. It was not a comfortable stay at the Comfort Inn, I could say that. And Comfort Inn, shame on you. That's all I have to say. Price is what you pay, value is what we get. And I thought we overpaid for this. We paid like a 35 times multiple for an 8 times.
I would advise in the future that you either find a nice little Airbnb or you go upscale with the hotel accommodation, at least 4 stars.
We weren't expecting it, I'll be honest. If the construction crew was there, it would have been a little better. It wasn't there, it would have been a little better, but it was just rough. Unfortunately, I was kind of forced to play that hand because I wanted to stay relatively close to my buddies who lived near there. And if we
what
stayed
was the
in the
rate
city,
on the room? Like, what were they charging a night for this?
We got so I split it with 3 buddies. It was $550 for 4 nights we stayed there. So I think it was not bad, but I mean, I probably ended up paying $220 around there.
That does feel a little rough, to be honest. Like, for what you got, I feel like you could have, in a lot of places, you could have gotten an Airbnb for like $100 a night or something, and it would have actually been nice.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had like 5 people on the trip too, and we had to split rooms, so it would have been a little harder with an Airbnb. But yeah, maybe I'll stay in the city next time. Chicago's a beautiful city, by the way, everybody. If you haven't gone there, like, go there. It's not like New York, and there's rats running everywhere. I didn't see a single rat on this trip, so it was a good time in Chicago. We did some due diligence. Went to the Starbucks Reserve. That was, let's just say, it was like a wet dream for a shareholder. Okay, and usually people around my age are having dreams about girls and other fantasies, but for me, nope, it's dividends and Starbucks due diligence. As far as I'm concerned, that's real man's investing. So the Starbucks Reserve was packed. They had a line out the side of the door. They had to have like different phases of people come into the store. Experience itself was real nice. And I don't want to share how much I paid for the coffee, but let's just say the super chats would be appreciated tonight. It was not. Let's a little bit of. It was to the point where even I thought it was obnoxious, and this comes from somebody who buys Starbucks and Tim Hortons often. So let's just say, everybody in the chat, it was not good. Congrats on coming out of the closet. I appreciate that. They say at Vici Properties, send them to an MPW hospital. Yeah, welcome in. We tie you on dividends. Yeah, it was absolutely insane.
Send him to an MPW hospital.
Stop it. I do own a Lamborghini. It's one of my other 6 that I own. I just took pictures of 2 of them that day.
Man, I feel bad. I only have 5 Lambos.
Yeah, so catch up. Maybe our new Twitter program that we have will
I need to buy more Yield Max to be able to afford more Lambos.
I know. Yeah, well, tread carefully, as Walter White said. But yeah, if you guys didn't notice, we're also verified on Twitter. If you guys aren't following us, follow us on Twitter at CashflowKingsYT. And we're taking a bit of a different approach, one could say, to Twitter. Wouldn't you say, Fiscal?
Oh yeah, yeah. We do have a little bit of a bet going to see if the Cashflow Kings Twitter reaches monetization before my personal Twitter, which is at Mr. Macho Mog. I don't know if the link is in the description or not, but
probably
follow me. I am ahead in terms of follower count, but Cashflow Kings Twitter is actually gaining followers, they call them, faster than I am. So it's going to be a good horse race to see who comes out to that 500 mark on first.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid how Twitter works. I'll be completely honest with everybody here. Let's just say expect some satire posts and some not satire. So I apologize if you think everything is serious and you can't really detect that stuff. Just be ready. I'm assuming everything we post is satire. And no, Strongman is not affiliated with us on Twitter. We apologize. It's a little bit of an ongoing joke. But if you catch on to it, you'll get it. So only channel members would know our secret strategies to growing a Twitter, and that's only Dividend Dude. So okay, let's talk about stocks now, the boring stuff. Am I right?
Oh man.
And I think we start with our favorite carnivore, Nate Kern, also known as Nate Highlander, from what I remember. So MPW, I believe, has raised $3 billion so far. They had near $2 billion, but closed on 3 deals for $860 million. 2 hospitals and a group of 8 clinics. We appreciate the update. Yeah, Fiscal, what's the latest on MPW? It's actually doing good, so it's a little weird.
So this last week, their share price has been in steady incline. I know, unusual. Us who invest in poverty REITs aren't used to that. But basically, what happened is two pretty interesting events happened. One is they closed the sale of a few basically standalone emergency clinics, or whatever you want to call them, here in the Phoenix area, and Mesa, which is kind of in the metro area, and also one just general hospital. And they sold this group of facilities for $160 million. They, interestingly enough, they built the facilities for $92 million, completing them in 2017, collected rent up until now, 2024. In the meanwhile, the first tenant that they had in there went bankrupt.
Oh,
does this sound familiar? And they switched tenants with no loss in rent revenue.
There you go.
And then sold for $160
million. For the tenant, not for MPW.
They built for 92, collected rent with a bankrupt tenant in the middle, but collected full rent the entire time, no interruption they had no facilities closed and no missed rent, and then sold for 160. Or as Viceroy and Hedgeye would say, financial engineering, bad business, fraud. But to me, it sounds pretty good as a shareholder.
Well, thankfully, REIT analyst Dividend Dude is in here, and he's.
And the second thing that happened, this was a court case that was ongoing against. So there was a hospital that basically the roof collapsed because of collecting rainwater. Water is quite heavy. It's not meant to sit on roofs for long periods of time.
They should have hired better landscaping. What kind of a REIT owner is this? Oh.
And so the insurance company tried to say that it was that because it was quote flood water, that the pay because the limit on flood payouts on their policy was less than just like a general policy limit. They tried to categorize that as floodwater and like not pay the full amount, but the judge ruled in favor of MPT, and I think they're entitled to a $200 million payout from that.
Wow, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I've had to pay out a lot of money too.
Yeah, I mean that's a few weeks ago that would have been like 10% of their market cap. So like it's not; these are not small sums.
What are they likely to do with that money? You think?
Well, I think it was a Steward hospital, so some like it might be kind of tied up in like clearing all that stuff up. But ostensibly, you know, if your insurance pays you out for the loss of a building, it might like the intended purpose is to replace the building. But if there's no use for the building, they would just keep the money instead. Probably. I don't know. I don't know for sure what they'll end up doing with the money, but it is money that they now are going to get that it was up in the air how the court would rule with regards to that. So that's cool.
Wow, what a question here from Quality Investing with Arya. Why is Dividend Dude's name green? Wow, what a question. And I'm surely not going to turn this into a sponsored segment here. But the reason his name is green is because Dividend Dude is our only channel member right now. Now, Fiscal, what is better than being a Cash Flow Kings viewer? You just throw it up in the air. What do you think's better?
Better?
Not much can get better being here at Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. Winning the lottery may be a little bit better, but only a little bit.
Having sex at time? I don't know. I don't think that's better than Cash Flow Kings.
But you know what you could do with a winning lottery ticket? You can buy an awful lot of channel memberships.
You could. You would give $25 winning ticket. That's like 2 years worth of channel memberships. Everybody, we have channel memberships now for only $1.99 a month. That's not a lot of money. Frankly, that's not a lot of money. Under the Biden administration, it's probably going to be $4 a month if Kamala gets elected again. But with $1.99 a month, you do get some pretty cool perks. And if Dividend Dude bought it, then you have to buy it too. Priority to topics, debates, every comment responded to as per usual. Sometimes we have really packed episodes, but you will get priority. Exclusive episodes that we plan on doing with some pretty gnarly guests, if you know what I mean. Access to join the show at any time that your little heart desires. This is a big one. Unlimited impersonation requests, the hidden value ticket here. Channel member logo, that's the thing that we were talking about with Dividend Dude, why his name is green. And an all-time 15% merch discount. That's like no profit for us. But you pretty much get like the direct-to-consumer. You know,
you're practically getting it for free.
That's like a tenth of a Starbucks Frappuccino, Dividend Dude. Your math is off there. But, you know, if you guys do want to support us, you could do that. Or you could. A lot of people have been asking me in the comment section, I'm sure, Ryan, what shirt are you wearing? There's so much design we can see up here. And your, delts are looking a little bigger. The neck is a little popped out. It's the Cash Flow Kings merch. Mm-hmm. Now, what's the best way to get the Cash Flow Kings merch, you may ask? Well, you can go to our channel here, go to the far right where it says store. You can browse our nice view here of all of our merch. Some of the merch a little controversial and spicy. Some of it not. But great way to support the channel, and you get a nice piece of fabric in the return. So go do that,
What could possibly be better than fabric that says CFK on it?
Not much. You could pay what can you do with like $25, $30? I bet you get a really bad prostitute. That's what I bet you can get.
Not even, man. Not even. Maybe half of a really bad one.
Yeah, maybe you can get like a discount package, and if it's like, I don't know, maybe a Black Friday deal or something.
You might be able to order one medium pizza or something.
Yeah, and that's temporary. This lasts very well. And if you get the pump cover, which I have right now, it's much better fabric than the other one I have from the Ryan Dengler show. It's
you went high end for the CFK merch.
I did. And I'm also going to be benching 225 in this very soon. I'm doing 215.
I benched 225 yesterday. It was fun.
Oh, were you sure you're wearing the merch, even though you don't have it?
I was
spirit.
naked.
He had it in spirit.
I always have.
I at Texas Roadhouse. I don't think you can get a ribeye for. You probably can $39. It only lasts you 6 hours of happiness, though. Then you got to take a shit and go to bed, and then when you wake up the next morning regretting it.
I'll say this about Texas Roadhouse. I only get either the largest prime rib that they have. Usually though, I go with the big old porterhouse.
Yeah.
You know, which is about double that $25 figure.
We're a little high spenders here. All that Twitter money from copying tweets. Yeah.
But lately,
That's me.
I just grill my own steaks.
There you go. That's a real man's enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are very close to the 225 mark. I'm doing 215 for 6 reps, so I think I can get it out.
Oh, you 100% could get 225 for at least a couple.
Maybe a few weeks. Yeah. If I fail it, you guys will get the channel members will get access to the fail video, and I'll drop it. But also, since we last left off, Biden dropped out. Are you surprised at all?
No.
I actually was. I didn't think he'd drop out.
Nah. Yeah. The word on the street was he was gonna do it over that weekend. So it was just a matter of when.
Yeah, once I started seeing like Pelosi and Obama were like trying to urge him to get out, I knew it was not looking good for him.
Yeah.
And now they have Kamala, nasty woman. Kamala, you're fired.
Yeah. But
not much.
It's gonna be it'll be more interesting, I think, because I think the old man was gonna get rolled over. To be honest,
I heard rumors that he was gonna die. Like last, there was a
that was Twitter news, and Twitter news tends to be very hit and miss with the accuracy.
I see a lot of people that actually like Twitter as a news source, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. And those people are what I call. Do you have the clip of the guy looking at himself in the mirror and realizing he's retarded?
Can't say that. Actually, we're on Twitter. We could probably get away with
it. Yeah, because that's what comes to my mind with the people who think Twitter is a good source for news. Yeah, no, it's absolutely abysmal. Like people, for example, on Twitter think that Netflix donated $7 million.
Oh my God, we gotta talk about that. That pisses me off so much too.
Yeah,
and that's even from somebody that doesn't like Kamala. Don't unsubscribe, guys. But like, it actually pisses me off so much when I see this because it's like, how is there not consequences for people that will like tweet this out? But like, I explain what you saw with the Netflix thing, and then I'll share my take.
Yeah, so people are going around saying that Netflix donated $7 million to her super PAC or whatever. And what in reality happened is a guy that used to be the CEO of Netflix at some point in the past, I don't know how long ago it was, he personally donated some money. But he does not work at Netflix currently. He's not the CEO anymore. He probably still has shares because he probably earned a bunch of shares during his time there. But he is not, as far as I know, active in management or day-to-day operations anymore. I don't even think he's on the board anymore. Yeah. So to say that the company Netflix did this or took any stance on any politician officially is just not true.
How is there not like consequences for that though? That's my thing. Like that baffles me.
Well, it's an interpretation or a twisting of something that is like it started with a thing like that's true. The guy he was a founder, so like, his name is very synonymous with Netflix. That's for sure. But he and Netflix are not one and the same. Yeah. So it's just taking something that's the kernel of truth and then just twisting it into something it isn't in order to get people to cancel Netflix. For whatever reason. Hey, maybe Disney started.
Bob Iger's behind it. Oh my God, that's Disney's the secret tactics of getting back the market share from Netflix. That's hilarious. And I guess it actually is probably good for my Disney, but Disney's probably already gotten those people probably canceled from Disney and went to Netflix, and now they gotta go to Warner Brother Discovery or something. I don't know. But yeah. It's not called Twitter. Oh, Dividend, you're lucky. You're lucky you're a channel member. Hey, I'll do the Biden impression for you guys know it. So Biden impression could come out if any member or super chat requests it. But yeah, that's I honestly didn't think Biden would drop out. I thought they'd kind of keep him in there, and then, but
Yeah.
it's definitely a lot more interesting now, to say the least. Come on, man! That's a bunch of malarkey. Where am I? Go Chicago Cubs! Yeah. Oh, we'll talk about Disney too while we're here. Fiscal, you've been buying Disney. It hit 90 this week.
Yeah, it did. It dipped to 90.
Well, the question was, did you buy it?
No, I haven't. I haven't pulled the trigger on Disney yet.
Join the dark side.
I am. I'm looking at it. You could say I'm looking at it.
It's a great time right now for the business. The theater, the blockbusters are back. Fiscal. They got Deadpool and Wolverine, which has blown out the boxes. Inside Out 2, historical. It's good times right now.
Yeah, I do think it's probably we're pretty near a really good price. I think
buybacks on top of that. The parks are always booming,
and you'll see why. Like those of you who watch the weekly recap will see how it is clear that I'm contemplating a move because I sold something.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So I sold something big. So
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
No, did you see what I sold?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Channel members would know. I don't think they know though. Apologies, John, for not getting your comment. Visa. Yeah, Visa went down a little bit this week. I got to like 255. I mean, Visa's one of those companies I really don't pay attention
Visa goes
to.
down like another 10%. I'm probably gonna wet my beak on that.
Oh yeah, if that went down 10%, I'd do some unspeakable things, like bring back the Stephen Hawking wheelchair clip. Like I do unspeakable things. But yeah, I mean, I think Visa's one of those companies, and I'm sure Fiscal can kind of agree with this, that like just buy it, hold on to it forever. If you get it at a fair valuation, I don't really pay attention like earnings to earnings with it because it's pretty like, you know what you're getting when you buy Visa. So I mean, I honestly really didn't pay attention to it. I saw the double miss potentially, but I really don't care. I don't have enough time to. Great business.
High level of predictability. If you get a retraction in share price, it's more than likely an opportunity.
Open your position at 2. That's a good price, 253. I just loaded up a lot more this week. I think it's getting like near 8 or 9% of the portfolio, even with the new deposits that I've been making. So yeah. Oh, this is terrible. 3M is up. You see that? 3M is up 20%.
I mean, I still have because the YouTube portfolio you guys had me buy.
Didn't buy Starbucks. Of course that's fraudulent. I call rigged on that.
Oh, so I had already like partially filmed the video announcing the winner when you started the campaign to
the campaign. I was starting movements.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised I switched the
you did make Starbucks pull ahead of MPW, but MPW, like I had already put in the purchase order and stuff. I'm like, oh, shoot.
I'll cover the taxes that you had to pay on the buy and sell order.
Well, the thing is, it's M1, so like none of the holdings update until the next day. So you don't you can't just immediately do a trade and switch and stuff. It's one of the disadvantages of 3M. But 3M has some other advantages, like it's pretty to look at. It has the pies, and if you need to take a margin loan, the interest rate's like 7-point-something%. So yeah,
we don't take margin here on this channel.
I mean, you can. It's a lever you can pull.
We don't. You guys are. I'm not risking it. Yeah, but 3M, it sucks, I guess, for me, because that's up a lot now since I sold. But I mean, I don't necessarily regret it. I probably would have been flat, to be honest, right now.
I mean, it pumped. It had one random pump up 20% because they had one good quarter. Like, who
doesn't
cares?
make it a good business. It's still ancient, and where's the growth going to come from? That's my question. And I just don't. I was gonna buy 3M so long because the negative sentiment from the trigger. I guess when you see blood, it's a buy signal. But there were legit reasons it was down, Nate. I disagree there. Like, it was... They had very real lawsuits that are eating into those cash flows.
If you work out like what the payment is they have to make on their settlement and how much of their cash flow it eats up and how much their dividend eats up, it's like it just doesn't look like there's really much alpha left. Now, granted, yeah, they could have a better quarter than expected and it might change things a little bit, and that's what happened. But that's because it was better than expected. If it had been as expected, we wouldn't have gotten this giant jump. So you can't go in expecting somebody to beat expectations, and that's your only reason for buying, because you can get hurt that way.
Yeah. There you go. I still don't regret selling. It was a very... I probably would have been flat right now, to be honest, even if I did continue holding, and I think I put the money in better opportunities.
Who cares about 3M when you could buy High Tide, which is obviously going to 10x any day now?
Yeah, they'll make up for the loss. So, oh, did you see our boys had a little breakup? Did you see?
Oh, no,
you want me to put in the private chat?
Maybe, yeah. Let me
look. I just put it in there. Yeah, they had a breakup.
Why am I not surprised that marriage didn't last?
And it went exactly as how you'd expect it to as well. Yeah.
I have this feeling that maybe the egos collided a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Did anyone's channel get copyright struck?
They knew. I'm not doing that. Yeah, but for my in boots due diligence, I saw a lot of homeless people near the Walgreens. I'm sorry, Fiscal. A lot of fentanyl, you could say, the fentanyl boogie walk.
It feels like it was only last week that they were hanging out together, calling us the cash clowns.
There you go, Ethan. There you go. Did he actually say that? You guys know me. I'll do the Commer. Give me a super chat. I'll go for a Commer impression for 3 days. Stand-up comedy is pretty interesting. I'd like to get into it one day. Oh, we should talk about the Olympics. Yeah, did you see what happened with the Olympics? I didn't see. I thought it was a little taken out of context. So they had the ultimate diversity panel up there for the introduction.
I didn't watch it, but I've seen Twitter react to it, of course.
Me too.
And so the meme from Captain Phillips where it's like, look at me, I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
So I want to change it. And I'll maybe I'll show you after, but basically everybody is having this giant meltdown over something that how does this really affect your life?
I know. I couldn't find it either. I tried to look for the clip.
So the actual footage is very hard to find, I guess.
Because I looked up Olympics introduction. It was all a bunch of normal stuff.
Yeah, the Olympics committee is really strict on copywriting crap.
Yeah.
Because they milk those sponsorship dollars. Oh, yeah. So yeah, the Olympics is just big business. And this whole opening ceremony thing was a bunch of foppy French drag queens pretending to imitate the Last Supper. Oh, cry more. I mean, who the F cares?
Yeah.
The French are going to be French.
They're great people there.
Come on.
Yeah. Wow, John. That I see the word ally and I can't take it seriously. I'm sorry. I'm an ally of the community. So never.
Yeah, it's like they make fun of Gen Z, your generation, the people that are complaining about this in general, right? I've seen some of them previously to this. They complain about Gen Z being, oh, you're all so triggered all the time. Well, who's triggered now, bitch?
Oh,
seriously. Like, just saying, right?
Yeah, that's. I mean, there's definitely a point to that. I was thinking about that earlier. Like,
yeah, like, and then they're like, how come we don't mock other religions? And I, obviously was like, he's right. We should mock other religions. Let's spend more time mocking all of them. Why not?
I agree. They're great religions, actually.
Let's have a good roast.
A great roast, actually. It's going to be a great time. We are on the Cash Flow Kings. It's Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. You could be doing a lot of things right now, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I've been listening to too much Shane Gillis recently. I apologize. What else? I'm trying to think. I've made like so many transactions this month. It's absolutely ridiculous. I bought more High Tide. Little spoiler there. I added to it. I dabbled some more into it. I think it $1.88. I think I got it. So happy. Happy.
And yeah, I bought more this week too, as you saw. I think at this price, it's kind of a steal. So got to get it while the getting's good,
And everybody in the comment section, let us know right now. We are trying to get some more round tables going for some certain stocks. I think we know which ones some people would want.
Yeah.
I'm not saying name, but what other stocks, could we get a Starbucks cult meeting, like an actual one? I could buy a robe for it with our new company credit card or debit card. Starbucks cult official custom robes I could buy for us. Let us know what companies you want us to have round tables on. But Fiscal, what's your portfolio looking like these days? It's consolidation time still, or are we exploring some new ideas?
A little bit of both, honestly. Just, I'm not going to say what I sold, but what I sold, it was at a gain, not a big gain, but a gain. And it's something where I'm looking at it and I'm like, is this really the best I can do? I'm having that talk with
thinking.
myself. Yeah. Is this really the best I can do? Is this really the best thing I could come up with for this money? And if the answer is no, I've got to at least put selling it on the table. So I did and freed up some cash. And so I'm exploring either bolstering my better position, my ones that I think have a much greater potential, or exploring new items. A little bit of both, you could say.
Okay, so as I mentioned, our Twitter's like become half an autism kind of playground for Andrew Marshall. But essentially, I made a post, and so many people took it seriously. It was just hilarious. It's like your typical Twitter post. I did this at the gym too, so I had time. Good excuse. Rest between sets. Waste management investors, are you worried on it like a 7.5% dip? Is trash a thing of the past? And then the response is everybody's baffled about it. And the thing with like that I want to get to is like, and it seems like a lot of people didn't really understand this for some of the responses. Is Fiscal, do you want to like talk about how overpaying for like really quality companies that can even go out a bit like that? It won't ever go to business, but like overpaying for that kind of company. I said kind of like 80 times there. That kind of quality company, like Waste Management, almost. You know what I mean? Like, do you want to explain how you can overpay for that?
Sure. So, I think Waste Management is a good example. Another one that comes up all the time is like Coca-Cola, where some people just think, oh, it's Coca-Cola. Like, it's not going anywhere. Buy it no matter how expensive.
It never goes anywhere. So that gives an excuse to trade like a 30 times multiple.
Yeah. And, that is true. And that is why it's a premium valuation on it most of the time. Like, there can be times where the stock price goes down or whatever, but people view it as a safe store of value. But what you're sacrificing is your forward long-term returns, because there's a very limited amount of growth you can get in a very mature consumer staple like Coca-Cola.
And eventually the market's going to realize and correct those cash flows.
And as far as like Waste Management goes, okay, I think pretty much every American city has trash service. So it's like, it's not like picking up the trash is like a big, fast-growing market. Now, if
But
they
people
were
are never going to stop. People are always going to have trash fiscal.
now, yeah, if they were taking over markets from other trash collecting companies and stuff and growing that way, okay,
But
maybe.
that seems regulated, does it not?
I'm pretty sure that trash collection, yeah, probably has some regulation, and it's sort of probably similar to like the way utilities can be locally.
Yeah.
And like there's rules on utilities where you have to actually allow other options and things like that. But it's one of those things where it's like the amount, it's not like a bunch of new people are going to get into I want my trash picked up customer base. It's like the addressable market is set, right? But like with something like Apple, an increasingly large number of people in the world are getting to the point where they can afford iPhones. So there's new markets for them to explore. It's less so the case with something like waste management, high quality as they may be. Yeah. And I think they can only jack up the prices so much too. So there's just limits on how fast that can grow. So do you want to pay 40 times forward, whatever, for waste management?
Well,
probably. And I don't know trash. Oh. I don't know what it was trading for, but that just as an example, like, would you want to pay 40x PE or price to free cash flow for waste management? I wouldn't.
Yeah. I do a big face palm whenever I hear people make the people are always going to drink Coke or people are always going to need trash argument. Like,
yeah.
Even like with Costco, it's overvalued as shit, but like at least there's a growth story there with like they have lots of markets they can go into.
You can look at Costco and say they have 900 stores compared to Walmart's like 8,000 or whatever, and say, well, if they even got to half of what Walmart has, they could still grow 5x more, or whatever, for sure. But with waste management, I don't think that level of growth is there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Starbucks reports earnings on Tuesday, Fiscal.
Yeah. I think PayPal.
Do we have any predictions? Do we have any predictions
for Starbucks?
Yeah. I said that. Boy. So like initially when the earnings happened, I was like, all right, they're poised for a recovery quarter. Also, Starbucks, by the way, while we were gone last week, there was a private equity investor, I believe, that invested a small amount of money into the company, one could say. And no, but they took up a decent size in the company and it went up and then it went down. So
yeah. It got a little bit of a pump on that little bit of news, and then it went right back down to like 74, 75.
Yeah, we're at 74 right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Starbucks is I hate to use this word at this price, but it's like kind of mid is how I view it. Like, it's not terrible. It's not an awful place to put the money, but it's not like a screaming deal. Like, it's okay though. That's how I view it. Now, if they have a big recovery quarter, then the share price is going to surge and everybody that loaded up is going to look like a genius for sure. But if it's still kind of meh or God forbid, what if they have another kind of shitty quarter? You guys could be looking at some, like, the market's not going to react well to another bad quarter. So, but I hope for those of you that bought that it ends up being a pretty solid quarter and that they do, maybe it comes back up to like $80, $85 for y'all. That'd be nice.
$180. We want 180 here.
We want 180. Okay. Sure.
That's half of the dividend dude price model there. I got that number from him. No. I said they report. I think if they beat top and bottom line and the earnings call doesn't have any crazy, we're gonna. By the way, for revenue in 2026, we are going to cut it by 12%, and like nothing like that. I think we should be. Yeah. Maybe 80s again. I'll take what I can at this point.
What's your average price?
Okay, I'm down. I think it's around. I'm gonna look right now just to confirm. I know that I'm. Geez, this is weird because I've intentionally not been buying at these like prices right now just because the earnings and a potential. I think I've already bought enough of the dip, but I'm looking right now.
All right. So answer me this question while you're looking into that.
Yeah.
What would you do if it fell to 60?
I'd probably load the fucking house on it, to be honest. I'd probably, realistically, I would sell out of some companies right now, maybe SHD. I would look at selling more Realty Income, potentially trimming Altria and putting it in there. Kroger also would be a candidate.
Okay. I mean, for me, it would depend on the reason that they fell to 60.
Ooh, I am down. Okay, right now my average on Starbucks, let's see. Yikes. I'm down 14% on it. Yeah, it's not good. I got to buy more.
You know, that's actually pretty similar to the amount that I'm read on MPW, although with dividends, I'm not that deep.
Yeah, that's price return, everybody. So maybe total return. That's like 10, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
You need commodity prices to come down. Regulation. What regulations? With the consumer with the extra cash for Starbucks. The regulations are an issue, in my opinion. I think they just hiked prices too much, and I think you're going to see in the earnings that with the new deals that they've been doing over the summer, the buy one get one days, 2 for 1 days, yada yada yada, pinkety drinkety.
Yeah, I really hope they've done better at communicating value.
Yeah, that's an amazing quote. Still, I don't care. I lost money, but I don't care. That's funny still. Yeah, to communicate value better, as Laxman says. But yeah, I think they learned their lesson, hopefully, and I'd be very pleased if I wake up to see a lot of green. I'll probably I'm going to guess right now, 17.5% Starbucks is up on next Tuesday. 17.5%.
Yeah.
Buy me a course and buy me a coffee, whatever.
So, do you have any Celsius, Ryan?
I would never invest in a company like that. It's a fad, as far as I'm concerned.
So,
sorry, Matt.
Well, all right. I was because all right. Well, that kind of upends my next follow up. I was going to ask what price would you consider Celsius? Well, since we're talking
about on a crazy dip recently, I wouldn't consider it. I think it's a fad. There's nothing.
$1 a share, you wouldn't consider it.
Yeah, maybe if it gets there. It's just
even if you're offering all the Bitcoin in the world for
I'm like Charlie Munger when it comes to fads.
I wouldn't know what to pay for it, but if you offer me every apartment house in the United States.
Oh, Double D's is coming in, our only viewer from Twitter. My YouTube isn't working right now. It's Starbucks. Oh, Jesus. No, you did it again. I'm selling all my Starbucks stock now. I have to. No, you can't say that, Double D's. Oh, no. Say a prayer in the chat, everybody.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I promise if it hits 60, I'll buy more.
Hey, you're great. Great. Yeah, I mean, lowest I could see it going after earnings is 63. That's right.
And by the way, this is based on no technical analysis.
Yeah, this is
anything. It's just kind of one of those. I've looked at it a little bit, and I think I like it as a long-term cost basis much more at 60 than at just there's more margin safety and they don't have to smash it out of the park every quarter for it to
What's the fun in an investment if you don't have to wake up a little early and a little nervous every morning? Beater stocks like Starbucks margin. He also was shitting himself after last earnings report. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm telling you right now, they're not communicating value. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Beater. Our Discord's been a very interesting place over the last 2 weeks, by the way. Everybody, if you haven't joined both of ours, link in description. I'm not even active on there sometimes. I just checked in on Tuesday, and there was just an essay-long conversation. Interesting times on the Discord, to say the least.
The Discord's where the action happens.
I know, yeah.
Between shows.
Yeah. It's between shows.
If you
join the Discord, you'll understand 20% more of the jokes that we pop on here too. So I mean, it's worth it at the end of the day.
It's definitely an added value, and the Discords are free, unlike the channel memberships, which are only $2.
I know wait till we start gouging you guys on the Discord. The $50 annual fee, that would suck.
Imagine when we get the private masterminds going.
Oh my god,
Listen, guys.
I'll pull up that one Target call that I like actually hit spot on. The Target's going up 20% tomorrow. What do you know? No, John, we aren't using technical analysis. We struggle enough to read a balance sheet. I think technical analysis is too much. I'm joking. We can read balance sheets.
I outsource all my technical analysis to Leaf.
I use ChatGPT to do it. So
all he does is
big
draw
TA guy?
the lines on the chart and posts it. Per the lines, MPW is going to $100. You heard it here first.
We should have Leaf on for the MPW roundtable.
I'm trying to get Abe for that.
Abe, he responded to us on Twitter. So what's the deal with Abe? I don't know much about him.
He is at constant war with the short sellers on Twitter and Yahoo.
Okay.
So he is constantly like tweeting and posting things against both them personally and their shorting. So, and they do the same thing back.
Fraser pairing gay. That's the real question.
It is. Who knows? only the secrets in the sealed documents that he hides in his purse. But yeah. So basically, I've basically told him the ground rules are he can swear if he wants, but no threats or incitements to violence. That's pretty much it.
Dividend dude, yeah, I read that. Wow, Peter Stock's representative of the community. He will not have to have a camera. Wow, that's an order. Yeah, we don't require anybody to have a camera.
No, yeah, I already told him that he can go faceless. It's fine.
Wow.
Because I do know, like, they are actually, like, legitimately, they want to find out who he is and harass him.
Who? Leaf?
The short guy, the short sellers.
I see.
Rob and Fraser, yeah, they want to find out who he is and harass. Like, it's
they want to find out who Abe is.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It's like getting ugly between them. But I mainly just want to talk about MPW and not those guys. But
hey, I'm here for it.
They're a part of the whole story, though, so they'll come up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did buy more Amazon on that one day that the S&P fell like 2% or whatever. I bought more Amazon. Oh, I think is this new? Oh, it might be new, but I did buy new Amazon. Wait, was I here? I think you guys know I buy Amazon.
Thank you, Ari. I bought more Amazon this week too.
You bought more Amazon? What percent of your portfolio is it now?
It might be around 4% or something like that. I'm just slowly, slowly adding to it because it did have, it had that nice dip and it's been up and down every day. So I'm just like kind of chipping away little by little.
I heard Aria say he had a fair price on it, like $250. What are your thoughts on that? I think we talked a little about the valuation.
I mean, I think there's a reasonable argument for the fair value. I mean, my upper limit on what I think might be a reasonable argument is like 240, but like at 240, 250, you're splitting hairs. So
tomato, am I right?
Yeah. But that's just kind of what I came up with. And of course, there's so many different ways to try to model. And Amazon is such a big company with so many segments, like to really super accurately model it is probably almost kind of farcical to think that you're going to be that accurate with it either. But what they can do with CapEx becoming a lower and lower percentage of revenue, like they're only trading at 19 times their operating cash flow.
I like that.
And the reason that the price to free cash flow is, not as attractive is literally all down to CapEx.
Yeah,
but
of course.
If their revenue keeps growing and their CapEx decelerates and or decreases, then you're going to see free cash flow absolutely explode to bring
CapEx
out.
Is mainly fulfillment centers, right?
Mainly, yeah. And and I think even most of, and trailers probably too, the prime trailers you see out there probably count. In my industry, actually, like other companies, all of their like Wabash and whatever trailers were on back order because Amazon placed such a big order during the pandemic that nobody else could get trailer orders fulfilled by the manufacturers for like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on my
that's very big CapEx. But once you have a certain amount, like you only need to replace what gets so beat up that it has to go out of service, basically.
Yeah.
So they're going to reach a level where it's more or less like maintaining the infrastructure they have. New roofs every so often on some of their, fulfillment centers, things like that. New trailers, as some of them get so beat up they can't really realistically repair them.
Well, we're on the topic of delivery trucks, Fiscal.
Mm.
I saw Fabio mention something in Discord that UPS is slowly dying every single day because of Amazon and what they've done. Like the damage is irreplaceable. What are your thoughts on that as somebody who may have an insight? Because we've talked about UPS, and that was a big part of why I sold too, is because it's not an attractive business to be in.
I don't know about dying, but they could. Their segment of the market, their piece of the pie, their market share or whatnot, because of Amazon, may be shrinking, and it may get to a certain size where then it's like this is their new normal. Right.
Yeah.
So
Fabio, I took that out of context.
Yeah. I think that's my view. I don't think they're necessarily going to go away, but I do think the days of like real long-term growth for them are probably numbered.
Yeah.
And it's probably a similar story for FedEx, but they'll still exist. Like they'll still have a place for like, in like smaller independent businesses doing shipping and fulfillment and stuff through them. FedEx is really popular for packages, although you could do priority mail with the post office and it accomplishes the same thing. So, but some people do prefer FedEx or UPS for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Nate wanted to ask about the CrowdStrike tip. So the CrowdStrike thing was actually really interesting because it happened last Friday. And I went to the Cubs. I went to the Cubs game that day, and there's a Starbucks right across the street, and it was one of those Starbucks that's like the mobile pickup only. And I walk in there. Don't cancel me, guys, but you're a typical Starbucks barista. The guy was hilarious. I love the guy. He was funny, stupid funny. He's like, my app wouldn't load or whatever. And I just had to pay up on my credit card. He's like, yes, did you hear CrowdStrike and Microsoft? The world is going to shit right now. And I was trying so hard not to laugh. But yeah, that's kind of how I found out about it. But yeah, it was, I don't know if just circle competency my issue there. And I think the valuation is still a little ludicrous from base view. Also, Disney's looking interested. Told you, dividend dude, come back. Come back to the Disney cult.
At or under that 90 level, I really like Disney value wise. It's
89 right now. We're at 89.
I know it's tempting.
They're doing buybacks. They have a dividend now. I got paid this week from Disney with a dividend. Fiscal. When can you say you got paid from Disney with a dividend? You could never say that actually, because wait, did you sell? Did you sell your Disney?
I never had Disney.
I thought you bought. Never mind.
No. I still don't have it.
Okay. There we go. Would it be a cigar squeeze buyout? I don't think so. They're too big, I think, for that to happen. I just bought 100 shares of Disney at 125. Yikes. I'd average down, Nate, me personally. Oh, he's talking about UPS. Okay. Oh, okay, good. How would UPS earnings be if GAAP? It'd probably be better, but I mean that's like
so. Sure. Fuel is
kind of a big part,
a constant thing for any business that has a fleet, but oftentimes the rates that they charge, like per weight or whatever, like that's usually that's one of the things UPS can charge on, I think, is the weight of the package and stuff. Fuel is like kind of calculated into the calculation for what they charge per pound or whatever. So a lot of times they secretly pass that on to customers without anybody.
And that is why you're seeing under the Biden administration right now, why you have to pay for $15 shipping. You didn't have $15 shipping under the Trump administration, that's for sure. And you could be spending $15 in a lot better places. You could buy a Cashflow Kings mug. You could do a lot of things.
I mean, and I'm only just assuming that they factor that into those rates. Like, it maybe they don't, but it would be really because, like, I know big trucking companies adjust their fuel rate with their customers, which is like a separate line item from what like the line haul rate is. So it would shock me if UPS wasn't passing fuel costs on to the customer.
Yeah, price to free cash flow we talked about. I do believe that the content drought is kind of getting over now. They have a lot of good films set to release in 25, 26. Honestly, like right now, like as somebody who was very negative sentiment wise on Disney probably a year and a half ago, I can honestly say non-biasedly as a shareholder that I think the content drought is definitely over. We're entering the era of not being the Chapek era when it comes to content, which I think is big too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Disney's big stuff ahead of it for it. I love that they're buying back shares as well right now.
Question, because I haven't read up on any new earnings material for Disney lately.
Yes.
Has Disney Plus gone profitable yet, or is it close, or what's
this year is profitable? Yeah, 2024.
Or it will be by the end of the year is what they're projecting, but it isn't yet.
Yes,
I assume.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I mean, they're producing. They estimate $7.5 billion free cash flow by the end of the year. So I mean, very well could be.
Okay. Just wanted to be clear on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Nate. Apologies. Man could wish.
No, that would the regulators would kill that immediately. Now, Amazon could actually. There's been talk about Amazon maybe wanting to buy Warner Brothers Discovery now.
That's doable.
Yeah.
Well, Lena Khan would be steaming harder into that than Tactical Shoeshiner is to a bunch of kids with getting hot dogs at a Little League game. Like, she'd be on that.
I thought Amazon would have been interested in Paramount because, they could put all the stuff on Prime Video,
Disney should buy Nintendo.
Disney should buy Nintendo?
They should buy them. Imagine the integration there.
I don't know.
Cheaper company.
I mean, I have Nintendo stock, so I'd benefit if they got bought out by somebody.
Is that in the subscriber portfolio?
Yeah, it's in the YouTube portfolio.
Okay, yeah.
It was I bought it when we hit, I think, 500 subscribers. I think I bought $500 worth.
Wow, no, nobody likes a bragger.
Yeah, that was way back. Feels like ages ago now that we bought Nintendo stock.
Yeah. Do we have an ROTW segment this week? Do we want to play the clip? Do you have anything that you've seen that's like been outlandish it needs to be addressed? I think I have anything off the top of my head. I can't remember. I've been
nothing too egregious this week, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no Borat clip for you guys this week. Sorry. Fiscal. Oh, this will be a fun conversation. Are you on Tinder?
Sure. Yeah, I'm on all of them. Oh, not all.
Are you? I didn't know because Tinder's for the younger people, and obviously you're on the older side, and you use the other third party apps.
No, it's very effective overseas. So yeah, I use it.
There you go. You don't pay for the gold, do you?
Only when I'm specifically going overseas. I'll buy it for a month.
For the hookups?
Well, to use the passport thing.
What's the passport thing? I've seen it.
So that lets you basically set your location to somewhere else.
Oh.
So they will show up in their searches.
I see what you mean.
And then it also will show me who has, liked my thing. So I can just sort through those people for my prospects. Yeah.
How many likes do you get? Like 2 or 3?
I'm joking. No. When I said
don't brag. CFK past 9 p.m.
Do you want the actual answer?
Yeah. What do you get?
So when I use it and I set it to, for example, Manila, it's pretty similar to what I imagine mid girls get here.
I'm confused. Oh, I see. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay,
Pretty good. But here,
5 or 6.
Here, it's absolute dog shit. You have to do all the pursuing.
That's what I'm
You
saying,
have to-
dude. I'm too bored.
to-
I'm very bored, everybody, and it's
you would have to use boosts and super likes and all that stuff. Otherwise, you just kind of get, or you need like what I would say is like a very, very standout profile with like you next to like a Lambo or something. Like something
technically my first photo is me next to a Lambo. I don't want to brag, but it is.
Okay. Well, if it's you with your Lambo, then you're probably gonna do very well.
Yeah. Doesn't Twitter or doesn't the gold service pump you up in the algorithm too? It must, right?
A little. But what they want you to do is they want you to pay for those boosts, the purple boost thing that like puts you to the front for like 30 minutes or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, it's really scummy. It feels a lot like it feels similar to like online gambling or video poker or whatever. It's like a lot of flashing lights and this and that to like make you put more money in the machine. That's what it feels like.
That's a great analogy, I'll be honest.
Yeah. And I use it only very strategically.
Smart man.
Yeah.
I was
the
a little
key
bored.
is to not get addicted to the swiping because it can become like it's
unhealthy.
Because I almost have started to view it as like it's like window shopping for people. So yeah. And it's like you're window shopping for people, 90% of whom will not actually respond to you if you message them and stuff. So it's
even if you match too. That's the crazy part.
Oh yeah, even if you match, which here it absolutely sucks for guys because also keep in mind
it's an evil world out there, guys. It's an evil world.
In the US, there's like 7 times more men than women on there in the first place.
Yeah.
And then half the women are just there to drive followers to either Instagram or OnlyFans. So they're like take them out like right away as even options because they're not actually looking for anything on there. And then there's another like 20-30% who are just there for like attention and validation. Like, oh, I got so many likes. That makes me feel good about myself.
And then the rest are there for sexy time.
And most of those are mentally ill.
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. What the hell am I even doing?
I know. Let's just say Ryan's desperate times are calling for desperate measures. Things are not looking good for me right now, fellas. It's not good.
Hey,
donate, please.
Slide into the dating mastermind, which is a real thing that only 4 people are in.
We do need to be more active on there.
Yeah,
share some real coaching examples.
All the help that you need, I can give you.
Yeah, it's rough times out there. I downloaded it while I was in Chicago because I was bored out of my mind in the hotel, and now I'm addicted. It's like I matched with a few lovely ladies, and it's a rough.
None of the were they not great conversationists?
Personality of dividend talks, man. It was not. It was. How are you? Oh, I was cracking them with some good jokes too. Like I'm doing bench, squat, deadlift, go. Not a big sport. I was cooking and nothing, but yeah, it's an evil world out there, guys. So stay safe. What's I don't know what the hell this is. I'll take a look at it. MTC.
So probably is that Match Group?
That's hilarious. What do they own?
Yeah.
Oh, they own like Tinder, Matched Up. Fuck that. Short the shit out of it. I'll update you guys next week.
Well, no, it is, but no, actually, it's good business because it is very addictive.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and we like it. We like addictive businesses. We got Altria Group. We got British American Tobacco.
We should start like an index fund, the Cashflow Kings index funds off like addictive business. Vici could be in there.
Cashflow Kings ETF.
Yeah, CFK.
Be like Meet Kevin, except our ETF will actually crush.
That's a great comment, Drake. All right. Once again, thank you all for watching. Good hour 15 on here. Good talks about Tinder, Amazon stock, and so much more. I'm sure the shorts will be good this week. Buy our merch. Buy our merch, wear it on a date, get it for your girlfriend, send a picture of your girlfriend in it, and we'll give you a next shirt for free. That's true.
It's true.
Gotta be a 5 and up though.
Do we
Appreciate you guys.
want to give him a flex before we go?
Sure, I'll do a double forearm.
You want to do a front double bicep?
I'm bulking. It's not good. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe, become a channel member. Give us your money. We take your pride. Keep your ego. Thank you guys for watching. Smash the like and subscribe. Weekly recap tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. Have a good one. Cash flow's king.